Welcome to the channel. Today I'm about to check out Jubilee, 5 pastors with 2 secret atheists. Me, myself on religion. Y'all already know how I feel about that. Y'all already know how I feel about y'all, the big man upstairs and all that. But today we're not here to talk about that. We're here to figure out who and which individual here is like an atheist or a pastor or whatever. I'm guessing this has something to do with Christianity, or if not, I don't know. Okay, 7 pastors.
I'm a pastor. 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 I'm a pastor.
Huh. In fact, let's just see. Let's just see. 2 of them are liars.
So, what about
Hold up. Off rip.
an introduction to start things?
Huh. Her? As a pastor? I don't know. I've never really... No, wait, I have. I've only seen... Okay, as far as I can remember, I only know of or seen two or one female pastor in the entirety of my life. So off that, I can see, I don't know, she just seems like an obvious pick. Same with the dude with the yellow beanie, who just seems like, I don't know, he really fit the pastor look, but at the same time, you know what? Someone dressed for, you know what? Oh no, but dude on the, okay, off rip, I'm gonna say, dude, third on the left with the bald spot, that's one. And I wanna say, dude in the blue shirt. Those two are my guess right now. If they're the atheists.
My name is Jay. I'm an Episcopal priest. I'm Don, pastor.
Okay, Jay.
Denominational. Dominic, Lutheran pastor.
Jay and Dominic, I don't trust y'all.
Paul wore a whole suit, and I was like, oh, maybe he's overcompensating.
Exactly.
I don't know what a pastor would wear on a Saturday. Maybe it's this suit.
So I'm Zach, former Calvary Chapel pastor, and now like fully Calvary guy. Whoa! Yes.
Or those two could
My
be
strategy
working
is,
as a team to defend each other, you know?
be this idea of like really trying to just hear the heart behind like why people are pastoring.
Daniel, also youth pastor, non-denominational.
I'm Anna, largely non-denominational, kind of all over the place over the years.
I mean, I have a question like education. So
Sure.
seminary, maybe degrees. I don't know.
Seminary, theological studies.
Okay. Yeah. Where at?
King's College as well as Oxford University.
Okay. Was that like an MA or was it an MDiv or
You're
what?
drilling me in.
I know.
For real.
No, your turn. Your
Oh,
turn.
my turn.
Your turn. Yeah, man. Give it to him.
So I'm in an MA program at Western Seminary currently.
I went to Calvary Chapel Bible
Come
College.
on, dude.
Nah, I don't know.
Veritas program, so degree in theology with a focus in biblical studies.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Actually, not really a formal institution, but I grew up in such a rural area. There was just nothing for so far. So almost more like an apprenticeship kind of context. Tiny town with tinier towns around it, so we all would kind of come to the same Lutheran church primarily when I was studying.
What kind of Lutheran church?
Again, such a small area that just there's so few people together.
Generic
Uh-huh.
brand.
Yes, generic.
Generic.
Well, you're out. You're already sus. They already don't trust you. And quite frankly, I don't trust you as well.
Run of the mill Lutheran.
You stuttering.
I thought, well, if she's a Lutheran pastor, she would definitely say which denomination she would be.
Sorry,
No.
did you grow up in?
Upper Michigan, actually, very small area.
What town?
Near Marquette. It's kind of one of the big cities around there, but
Gotcha.
it's the one that someone would know.
Spoke in very general terms. I don't even think she knew the city that she
Bro.
came from, but she knew the city that was next to the city she came from. When I
Bro.
was done.
You mentioned that you didn't grow up in the church.
Right,
More of that going around?
Sure. Okay. Totally.
Ah, nah, it's you, Anna. It's you. Bro, you know what? I'ma bite my tongue real quick. Because, hey, yo, let me bite my tongue real quick.
I became a believer until I was 30, to be perfectly honest. I did it because I was brought up, and this is what you're supposed to do. You do what they do, and what they say, and you believe, blah, 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 blah.
Bro,
So,
Anna's out, bro.
yeah, and then I got kicked out.
Wait, what? Paul, Anna.
There should have been a very specific answer to that question, and that kind of threw me off.
ANNA.
done.
Bro.
Of course, the woman's not. That's check your bias. Bye. Being the only woman in the group today was a little tricky. Obviously, not being able to always edge my way into the conversation was not able to present it in the way that I would have liked and that I thought would have been more effective.
I walked in.
I know, it's the fact that you couldn't get your answers straight. You were stumbling over your words, like you didn't know the place you were from, but instead the city next to it. The F. Oh man.
That there was a female pastor because they're the only types of people that are as rare as gay pastors. Like
Yeah.
Myself. It's very much
Had a feeling. Didn't want to say anything.
still new, where we're seeing queer pastors and queer worship leaders and queer Christians. Tell me, you got kicked out for what?
I got kicked out. Well, I got kicked out because I was in the church, and as I grew older in the church, I began to ask questions that to me were very obvious.
What was one of those questions?
Is baptism essential for salvation? You know, communion, you know, some of those, battleground questions that oftentimes separate, faith and denominations. Yeah.
I pastored high school kids for years, and I never had any of them asking me that question.
I want to know what everybody's ministry responsibilities are and what you're currently teaching through.
Yeah, so I'm an assistant teaching pastor, so we're replanting, revitalizing. So I'm an elder and a teaching pastor.
I serve at a small Korean church in La Mirada, California, and I take care of the youth ministry.
So I'm kind of semi-retired. I also don't have a congregation, although I work with one. It's a little Episcopal.
I don't know about
church in
you,
St.
Jay.
Mary. I also have a weird job that I'm chaplain to a governmental agency.
Jay answered a question about being retired, but he never indicated what he was retired from. And after years of being in ministry or serving, I thought there would have been a culmination of his life experiences, and now he's doing a part-time assistant thing, and I thought, okay, so we've slipped into some unknown factors about yourself, Jay.
I don't
Yeah.
pastor a church. I pastor pastors. So I work for a denomination, and I preach at different congregations every week.
I'm not in the pulpit right now, but I am teaching in small groups, conversations. There's a lot of dogmatic positions that are just generalized for Christendom.
So I have a question. I mean, when was the last time, you were in a hospital room with somebody, and what comfort did you give them in a time that was critical?
Oh, I hate this question.
I think that someone who is in pastoral ministry, it's more than just preaching and teaching. I felt a question that would get at that about how somebody gives the comfort and the peace of the presence of God would really indicate whether or not they were a pastor and they were involved in that type of ministry.
Last time I was in the hospital was not too long ago. It was, I'd actually become almost a medical proxy for a family friend's mother. She was elderly and just kind of going through, and it was very, very tender for me. But the comfort that I gave was in knowing that her family was nearby, and knowing that beyond this moment, when she stepped out of time into eternity, she would be in the place she longed to be.
I've only had to do it once, and it was very recent, and I hated it with every fiber of my being because it was for somebody that I loved, and it was a lot of waiting and quiet and very, very soft prayers and just kind of being there, and I'm shaking.
Bro, you ain't said the dude next to the gay pastor and between gay and Jay. Between the gay pastor and Jay, he didn't really say a word. Damn.
The thing that I spotted was that he was just trying too hard.
The way that he was answering the questions was very old school.
No! It's Jay!
Do y'all know Jesus?
I see what's happening. First the woman, then the black man, the gay is next.
Okay. Bro, I love this dude. I have no idea. Bro, I love this pastor, bro. He says it. Oh, bro, you just called it. I was thinking it, but he said it. Oh, okay, first, first the woman, then the black man, now the gay dude. Oh, bro, I love that. I love that delivery, bro. This dude, perfect moment, boy.
Do y'all know Jesus?
I love that.
I see what's happening. First the woman, then the black man, the gay is next. I see what's happening.
Nice.
The devil? Me? I question everybody else left up there. Do they know
Bro,
Jesus?
dude hasn't talked.
If you think the mole is
Still in the box.
and you want to continue playing the game, please raise your hand.
So let's
Both
start
of
with
them
the
are still
question
there.
of what does atheism mean to you?
Okay, bro. Firstly, bro, dude next to Daniel ain't said a word. I'm sus of him, but I'm still sticking with Jay and Dom.
A lot about agnosticism.
Yeah.
More than I talk about atheism, just because of
Bro, they went straight for him.
Like, as an atheist, I don't believe in God. Well, it's like, well, what is God?
I go back to like what Augustine the Hippo said, right? Like all hearts are restless until they find rest in God. An atheist is not the enemy. It's not just because you don't believe in the God that I love and serve. Doesn't mean you're the enemy. It means that you're restless in your heart and you're trying to search for meaning and belonging in anything other than God.
I'd be curious to know if anybody on the stage that did not have a real serious questioning time.
You start.
Yeah, go for
You
it.
are very quiet. And
That's what I'm saying.
Sus to me.
What was the question?
You are the best
What brought
dressed.
you out of
So.
it?
I'm a little overdressed today. So the question was, have I ever wrestled with faith? To be honest, I wrestled more with my calling, more than my faith. My faith, once I had an experience and encounter with God out of drug addiction, my faith was pretty solid. But with the calling, I think I wrestled countless amount of times. In high school, my parents decided to split, and that's when I really went on a frenzy with drug addiction. I struggled with crystal meth, from my junior year. I think that's what really put me to the pit of my life, the most rock bottom of my life, and the only way I could go is to look up.
So I have a question. How do we feel about eschatology?
Well, we're amillennial.
The
You're on
fuck?
the line,
Part of theology concerned with death, judgments, and the final destiny of the soul and of humankind.
So,
That was the reach, the reaper,
Yeah.
the reckoning, the reap. Something that has to do with an R where people, I don't know, is it rapture? Is that the record? I don't know, the reckoning? I'm not sure.
the second Jesus said it was
Yeah,
finished.
I have a lot more openness to the on-mill position than I did. Growing up, Calvary Chapel was like hyper
Yeah, and
dispensational.
this is a really, I'm like
Hyper dispensational
such a
pre-mill,
sensitive
you know.
subject for me because of the sensationalism.
Because of your background.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And
So on-mill, that's okay. It's cool.
I don't expect the end time anytime soon.
Jay!
I sensed maybe a little bit of woundedness that he was putting forth, and wondering if maybe that was part of what he was using as a mask there.
I won't lie to you, Jay looked super familiar, and I was banking on him being a paid actor that I had seen in something
Okay.
before.
Maybe he thinks it's that meme guy.
The tie
Oh, the tiebreaker.
Jay
And
and Daniel.
mmm.
I will give you each on the clock 30 seconds to state your case.
I don't know what to say except that I think I should have not voted for the redo. Other than that, went to seminary 85 to 88, MDiv, Episcopal priest for 35 years. I thought what was going to do me in is I'm really liberal, and you guys just killed me on that. So that's basically it.
I know what to say. I am a pastor. Please don't vote me out.
Damn! He firing shots at him already.
I know that I've been ordained for a bit, and I'm in this new congregation I'm really excited about. And the reason that I actually came was because I heard that there was some cash, and I was like, I really want to take the kids on a cool trip, and so I really want to split some of this cash for the kids in the youth group. So that's why I'm here, and I don't want to get voted out. Also, don't be homophobic, Andrew.
Oh, this dude!
I was a youth pastor, man. We had budgets for that kind of stuff. I didn't use my own personal money.
I definitely saw the heart in Jay, and I felt like Daniel was more of a presentation.
Yeah. No! No!
I told you.
Ah, he called it. He called it. To be fair, he did call it. Oh, first the ladies. Then us black folks. Now it's the gays. Ah! Wow.
If the lights turn green, that means the mole
I
is
beg
out.
it's both. I hope it's Jay.
If the lights turn red, that means the mole is still in the box.
It's you in it,
3,
David.
2, 1. Yeah.
Nice. Good job, guys.
Can the moles please reveal
If it was Daniel, it wouldn't be
1,
surprising.
2, 3. Wow.
Okay, fine. Okay, now I cannot bite my tongue. Okay, you already saw the first time I wanted to say her. But we all know what would have happened. Like, how dare you? How dare you assume that a woman can never be a pastor? You, my fellow brethren, are the devil. Like, bro, relax. It was just an assumption. Cause I know if I had said that, not if it. Next time I'ma just say what's on my mind. Cause now I low-key took the L, but in my heart I know it's a W. God damn it. Pun intended. But yeah. Hey man. Oh my phone.
But I'm gonna pray against the rest of
Oh
it.
yeah. Hey, my apologies, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And Calvary Chapel, all of that was real?
I do have a degree in theology from Calvary Chapel Bible.
Got it.
A big part of it was a personal desire for knowledge and understanding of my own existence. So that was really what drove the course. And I wanted
I never thought of a gay pastor too. Weird. It was just interesting concept because I was really thinking, if a pastor was gay, I would wanna be there just to see like him being announced as the new pastor. I would like to see the crowd reaction
I
from
feel
that.
like I was doing everything I could to get those answers.
So I have actually worked in the church for about 8 years total as a pianist and organist on and off. So I had a lot to draw from.
Here's what got me. As a Lutheran,
I know what
there
it
are
is.
no general Lutherans.
Yes. Yes. That got me.
No, that really is the thing. I'm from such a loosely populated area that really is the case. Is there's so little that even brings people together. There's a lot of churches that are people who are strongly Catholic, strongly Lutheran, that will all be in the same place because like a whole town will be like a gas station, a corner store, and 10 houses.
So we are very much in a turning point in the community when it comes to queer individuals in Christianity. Even though I do not subscribe to Christianity, it's great to see at least a portion of this community that has such a large history of having a negative agenda towards us as a community, opening up their eyes, admitting their wrongs, apologizing and seeking reconciliation. And I think that it can only, get better so long as they continue to move on that track.
Pastors actually think a little bit more deeply about people and their condition of their soul.
Okay.
And I really hope that
Dom.
those who view this would actually seek out that type of spiritual direction as well.
Okay, let me give you my reason why Anna already told you why. The reason I said Dom and Jay, because they just screamed pastor. So I was like, okay, nah, bro, they're a little too obvious. Because they wouldn't get them up in suits and all of that. They just screamed pastor. So I just said, F it, it's them. If they were the atheists. And if it was Jay, I would have been twisted up, like been caught off guard and all of that. But yeah, man. If you enjoyed the video, bro, like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know which other video to check out, which other comparisons, OddOneOut, 20 versus 1, whatever. I'm going to do so. But for now, I will see you guys later.